So we already did our predictions for what we think will be released for 2024 for a whole lot of the major brands. But we notably kept Rolex out of the conversation. Rolex, of course, has its own special place when it comes to predictions, and that's exactly what we're doing today. We're talking about what our predictions are for 2024. Now, to look into that, we do need to bear in mind that 2023 was actually an amazing year when it comes to Rolex releases. They released the Titanium Yachtmaster, the 1908. They released a brand new, completely overhauled Daytona. With that in mind, probably 2024 isn't going to be as active because they had such a huge 2023. But that doesn't mean that there aren't a few new things that we can look forward to. The first prediction we have is that they will finally release an evolution of what was previously the black GMT Master. We haven't really seen a proper replacement for the 116710 LN. We've seen new iterations in terms of the Pepsi, the Batman, even the two-tone models, but we haven't really seen something that comes close to that sort of monochrome vibe. So what we're predicting though is that Rolex will release something in the new generation of GMT Master that can fill that void. Last year we saw the release of the two-tone variant, which was always very closely related in the previous generation to the LN. At that time, the full black bezel was available on the steel model and on the two-tone and yellow gold versions. So our prediction is that for 2024, Rolex will essentially create a hybrid of the two generations of steel GMT Master 2. They'll put in, of course, the new movement and the new build quality, but they'll honor the old tradition of the almost monochrome GMT Master in steel. I think they'll take some inspiration also from the 5-digit reference, the 16710, which had a red GMT hand, but they will pair it with the modern Jubilee and modern Oyster bracelets and with that new black and gray bezel. So that would essentially create a 126710 GRNR. The next prediction we have is something a little bit more celebratory perhaps, but not a huge shift away either. In 2020, Rolex released a new generation of Submariners, so it's a little bit too early for them to do a complete overhaul. But with 2024 being an anniversary year for the release of the Submariner, which originally was released to the public in 1954, it does stand to reason they should do something special. So our prediction is that Rolex will use green, which they often do use as an anniversary color, and they'll release some sort of mixture of what was the Smurf and the Hulk. So we're thinking of a full white gold case with a green dial, possibly even a gloss green dial just to differentiate it from the Hulk, and with a green bezel. What this would do is this would elevate the precious metal side and be one of the first times that Rolex has two white gold variants at the same time, because they will probably still keep the white gold version with the blue bezel. And who even knows, maybe they might even do an open case back like they've done with the Daytona and Platinum. There's a lot of options that Rolex has really opened based on how adventurous and out of the norm they were with their releases for 2023. So even though it may not be a game changer like 2023 was, 2024 is definitely a year to look forward to when it comes to new Rolex releases. But of course, let us know in the comments below, what do you want to see from Rolex in 2024? And what do you think could possibly even be discontinued? We'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Of course, if you liked any of these watches, make sure you check out our links in the description, as all of them are currently available. And if you want to see more videos about watches every week, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell as well, so you know when the next video comes out. But thanks for joining us on today's predictions video for the 2024 Rolex releases, and we'll catch you on the next video.